Welcome back, everyone, to Lakers Latest. I hope you guys have had a good week so far. We are officially at Wednesday, where it's a middle day point of the week. And yeah, I don't know. I've said a ton of times I hate Wednesdays, and I really do. It's just I think it's easily up there on the worst day of the week because like everyone knows Monday sucks. No one's happy about Monday. Friday's the best day of the week. Thursday, you're so close. It's a good day. Tuesday's just meh. But Wednesday's just like in the middle. You're not too close. You're not too late. You're just kind of like hovering, and just waiting for Friday. But yeah, hopefully everyone has had a good week so far. Like I said, I think at least we're finally past the crazy rain that was in LA. It just rained so much. It was crazy. I don't remember it being like that for maybe like the first week I moved here. I think I remember, but not much like it after that. So yeah, I think better days are ahead. Let's see what else is going on. Wild card weekend. The Rams play Panthers. I would hope that would be an easy win, and the Chargers play the Patriots. That'll be won't be an easy game. But yeah, so that's happening this weekend. And yeah, same NHL and all that stuff just in the middle of the season, NBA and MLB off season, nothing's happening. But yeah. Anyway, so coming to you from Studio City as always, where it's about 59 degrees outside right now. Little brisk, but like I said, it feels good sometimes. So anyway, let's hop to it. The Lakers beat the New Orleans Pelicans last night, which on the road, it's better than home wins. It feels better than home wins, but at the same time, this is the Pelicans. They're a horrible organization. I will say Trey Murphy went off. Potential future Laker, I don't know. He would be such a good fit. He had 42. But yeah, I mean Zion is just kind of hovering now. Derek Queen's a good player, but yeah, look, they're not a very good team. And at the end of the day, even though like they're not good teams, those are the games that you really need to make sure you're going to win because the wins add up at the end of the season, especially in such a powerful conference like the West, where so many teams are going to be very close near the end of the season. So those wins stack up at the end of the day. Like it's important to beat the bad teams because you're not always going to beat the good teams, whether that's regular season or playoffs. But the wins versus the bad teams, they add up. So, when you play these teams, you got to make sure you take full advantage because the schedule is not getting easier anytime soon. So, have to beat the bad teams. Lakers did. LeBron played really well. I'll go through him in a minute. Luka had a good game. He was 11 of 22 from the field, 30 points, 3 of 10 from 3. So, not terrible. Only 2 rebounds, which is very rare for him. But 10 assists, so 30 and 10 still. Great game. Marcus Smart played very good. Ayton played very good. I'll get into them later. Jake LaRavia kind of fell back down to earth. He only took 4 shots, which is surprising to me. Again, it's the shot variance since Reeves and Rui have gone down has been very strange. The amount of shots some guys get one game and don't get the next. But yeah, so I'll talk about Aiden Smart later. Vanderbilt, I thought had a really good game. Played 29 minutes at 7 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Played good defense. Dalton Connect had a couple of threes. Jackson Hayes only 2 points, and Nick Smith Jr. had one of those over games that we probably are going to be more accustomed to than those random games where he just goes off. But yeah, look, you got to win these games. I also would be remiss to say Luka hit an outrageous 3. It was just absurd. One of the shots where you're just like, this guy's insane. Really to clinch the game around, but it was a crazy shot. But yeah, look, this game, it was kind of actually back and forth. It was a little worrisome going into the fourth. The Lakers outscored the Pels 29-25 in the first, got outscored 29-22 in the second, outscored 32-28 in the third. So, you're down around 7-8 going into the fourth. And then thankfully they were able to take over, outscored the Pelicans 32-17 in the fourth. Luka had some big shots. LeBron had some big shots. Yeah, look, at the end of the day, you just got to make sure you stack up the wins against the good teams. Every single win counts in the West, and any you could conceivably have. Just looking at the standings right now, you have Lakers 23-11. Nuggets are right behind them. From the 4 to 7 seed is just 3 games. And that's actually the 4 seed. The Lakers are the 3rd seed. So from the 2nd seed to the 7th seed is the 3.5 games. That's the difference. But the 7th seed is only 3.5 games behind the 2nd seed. So every single win matters. You need to make sure you win those games against the bad teams. And thankfully the Lakers did that. And hopefully they continue to do it. LeBron, going into him, he had a really good game. Played 33 minutes, which is nice to see him under the 37 to 36 we've been accustomed to the past 2 weeks. He was just phenomenal. 30 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 10 of 19 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, 7 of 7 from the line, only 1 turnover. He was. It's it's like the crazy that we become accustomed to this, because we will probably never see a 41-year-old do this ever again. He's 41 years old. And obviously, he's averaging 21.7 points a game, which is, I believe, just looking at this, the least amount of points he scored since his rookie season. But at the same time, if you look at the field goals are drastically down. Last year, he took 18.1. The year before that, 17.9. The year before that, 22.2, 21.1, all the way down to 15.6 this year. So to me, it's just kind of a matter of controlling his age and controlling that stuff as the season goes along. But he's been really good. Looking at the season as a whole, yeah, he's only averaging 21.7 points a game, 5.4 rebounds, 6.8 assists on 51% from field, 32% from 3. So it's, again, these are 41-year-olds. So, you're not going to have many 41-year-olds dropping 38 and 8 on 1 turnover, probably ever again. But yeah, he's been fantastic. I think he's going to have to continue to be fantastic and to continue to score more until Austin Reeves comes back. And if you actually look at, even the second month he came back, he averaged 21.6. But even just his last 3 games, 29 points a game, 8 rebounds, 8 assists on 58% from the field. He's still taking his game to another level. It's unbelievable. We just take this stuff for granted. But one day, we're not going to be able to see it again. So enjoy it while we can. But yeah, obviously LeBron has been huge. He's really stepped up his game when the Lakers have needed him to most. And I hopefully that he continues to do so, because, Reeves, it's January 7th. I'm hoping by the end of the month, but we haven't got a definitive update on that. Rui will hopefully be back maybe tomorrow, tonight, but if not, soon. But until then, LeBron's just going to need to keep picking up some of that scoring slack. And as is DeAndre Ayton. He had the best game he's had in weeks. And it's not even like he's played poor. It's just some games he hasn't even gotten a ton of shot attempts off. But today he was 9 of 16, and he has shot 70% from the field. I said that wouldn't last. 9 of 16, 18 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. Those are huge, and he's got to keep taking that many shots. I want 15 plus shots a game from him, because they need to rely on him. They need to rely on him even when the other guys are healthy, but they especially need to rely on him now. They need his low post scoring. They need everything that they can get out of him, especially with Reeves and Rui out. So, getting a 18 and 11 game from him, something we were very accustomed to seeing early in his career. He still has it in him. And while those other 2 guys are out, I think him specifically, obviously LeBron and Luka need to pick up the slack while they're out. That's just stating the obvious. But then, and Laravia, I'm not expecting him to have back-to-back 20-plus point games. That's the revenge game script. But a guy like Ayton, number 1 overall pedigree, we know what he's capable of. He's a guy that still needs, to me, continue to produce at a high level. Not a massively high level, but especially while those guys are out, to me, he's got to take 15-plus field goals a game. There's never a time where he should take less than that. They need his offense. They're going to need him to just keep having performances like this until the other guys come back. So, good performance from Ayton, and hopefully we'll see more of the same in the future. And then finally, I want to talk about Marcus Smart, who had a very good game. Played 37 minutes, had 13 points on 5 of 10 from the field, 3 of 7 from 3, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, and a team high plus 14. Yeah, he was really good. Again, you got to take what you can offensively from him. He's going to have games like this. He's going to have games like the last game where he shot 20% from the field and only had 6 points. That's who he is. He's a very up and down offensive player. But defensively, he's going to give that to you every game. He's going to bring it. And those are the things that they're going to need. They brought him in to be a difference maker on the defensive end and be an elite role player. And games like this go a long way into hopefully knowing that we can see this type of smart in the playoffs. So it's good to see him have a good game. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But, until next time, I'll catch you guys later.